Hi everyone, Vlatko and Stjepan here. Vlatko is my teammate from Hašk Mladost. I will let him introduce himself.
Hello everybody, my name is Vlatko. I'm 39 years old. I'm playing chess all my life, but I started only 2 years ago playing tournaments. So as you can see from my ELO rating,
And
it's not very high.
Vlatko and I met when my team played against his old team. He had the white pieces in the London system. You can find the game on the channel. He crushed me with Queen B3, and and he had the same rating. I think something around the same rating. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was 1800 something, so I lost a lot of points, and our team lost, and we should have won. And then he came to our team, as it usually happens when you find a strong player.
Yeah, that game bought me a ticket to your team.
Yeah. So anyway, today we played a training game at my place because Vlatko didn't play in a long while, in about 2 months.
Yeah.
And I didn't play since Split Open, and we are going to have a league game in 2 weeks. So we decided to prepare a bit. We drew pawns to see who is going to be which color, and I got the white pieces. And just, okay, tell them the brief history of our Italians.
Well, I think we played the Italian game in one training game already.
Yeah, at the club.
I think you also then went for the D3 line.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think you did, but it was a different line then.
And when we played for the first time in my office, the first training game, we played one Caro-Kann and one Italian.
Yeah.
And you sacrificed a pawn.
Yes,
and I won.
Yes, I sacrificed the pawn, and later I made a mistake. But I think in that game I played a theoretically sound line, but I think that pawn sacrifice.
But that was also an
just
Italian, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Also 2 knights defense.
So basically, when I have white, we play the Italian. When I have black, we play the Caro-Kann. And
if I open e4, but sometimes I play d4.
Yeah, you should have played e4 in our tournament game. Okay, so anyway, I had the white pieces. We have e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, the Italian, knight f6, and as you all may know, I usually play knight f6 in every tournament game so far. I'm sorry, knight g5. I usually play knight g5 and go into those lines after d5 and usually play bishop e2. Once I've played bishop d3, and I've also been preparing queen f3. And we spoke after the game. Vlatko told me that he saw my game against Tomasz in Split Open, where he crushed me in the bishop e2 line, and he prepared the same variation with bishop c5 and then bishop b6. So luckily for me, I chose not to play knight g5. I played d3, and you played bishop e7. Now, can you explain that move? I have no idea what that move is about.
Yes, this is just theory, because if you play bishop c5, you transpose to the gioco piano.
Yeah, but isn't that better for black than this?
I don't know, maybe it is, but I don't like playing gioco piano when I meet bishop c4 on move 3.
Okay.
I prefer this this setup.
Because this is a weird Hungarian defense where I have wasted a tempo on d3.
Yeah.
I really want to play d4 now, but I can't because I played d3. So yeah, I didn't know this move, and I still don't know what the theory is against this. So
it's the theory if you want to stay in the 2 knights defense proper, let's say, in this position.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I know the move. I know that it's the 2 knights, but I don't know what I should be doing different to the normal Italian. So I just wanted to do the same thing. Yeah. Is c3 okay?
Yeah, but in my opinion, I don't know, maybe this b4 move you played later is an improvement, but in my opinion, c3 is not a good move. I should have played d5 immediately, probably, because c3 creates this weakness on d3, and black can exploit that with immediately playing d5.
Okay. And if I castle, what do you do?
Yes, I simply castle. And I'm not afraid of your rook e1, I simply play bishop g4.
Okay, bishop g4.
And if you want to win the pawn now, you can win the pawn, but you have to play h3 and g4, and I think black has enough compensation for this pawn because your king will be open. Yes, I take, and now probably c6, I think, first to defend.
Okay.
Then bishop f6 is coming, and
I don't know. I don't think you have that much compensation for the pawn.
Well,
I'm still undeveloped, and you have
yes.
better bishops, but
Where are you going to put your rook after bishop f6? Or maybe even bishop d6. Yeah, maybe even bishop.
okay. Now your pawn is hanging.
Yeah, I don't care about this pawn either. I mean, I don't know, I think I can here maybe play queen h4, try to put rook on e file, exchange rooks, and I think I have quite a strong attack.
Okay.
But this was not the game.
Yeah, this was not the game.
I hope the
okay. Yeah, but we
the
were
audience
discussing.
is following. They were just discussing. Yeah.
We were discussing that after the game because he says if he plays d5 immediately he can sacrifice the pawn, and they didn't believe that, so we just wanted to check.
Yeah.
So anyway, I played b4.
Yeah, but I played castles first. I wanted to be extra safe. I expected you will play castles and then I will play d5.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this b4 move, I have to say,
I think
it was. I've never seen this move in this position, and it was a big surprise. And at first I thought it cannot be good. But
okay,
later,
I'm not going to use the engine. I'm just going to turn on the openings book to see if anybody has ever played b4.
okay,
b4 has been played 3 times,
3 times.
3 draws. Okay.
Okay.
Castles is
So,
the main move.
Castles is the main move. Yeah.
But c3 is apparently theoretical because there are a lot of games.
Yeah,
from this
no,
position.
I think there are a lot of games, but I think, I don't know. I mean, I studied this opening quite a long time ago. I forgot exactly the moves, but I have some clue about what should black do, about the ideas that are behind these moves. And I know that c3 is usually met with d5.
Okay. Well, b4 in my mind is to make sure that you don't have knight a5, and also in some positions I can play a4. And this is normal against the Gioco piano. b4 is played, and I usually get a tempo on the bishop, but
Yeah, so you see that's why the bishop is on e7.
yeah, but the bishop is better on c5 because you have knight g4 and you have. Okay, so d6, which is the only move.
Now I didn't want to play d5 because I was afraid of your b5 move.
And now things get interesting. Here you played the move king h8.
Yeah.
In my mind, you wanted to play knight h5, f5, and then either knight f4 or knight f6.
Yeah, that basically the idea was to play f5.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't know where I will put my knight, but f5.
Okay. And then white has this nice little move queen b3. And now it's not easy to defend the pawn.
Yeah.
Okay, and now there was, of course, you can either defend with king g8 or queen e8. Both are good. And the problem for you is that I have knight g5. But this was my calculation. You played queen e8. And now knight g5 can be met with king g8, has to be met with king g8. And then on your next move, you're going to play h6, chase my knight away, and then play bishop g4. So let me just show you that. I don't know what I do. I'm going to show you one line which I was looking at. But let's say I play something normal like knight b2, d2. h6, knight f3, bishop g4, and I really don't like my position now. It's true that I've stopped you from playing f5 because you would have to play king h5, king h8 again, which wouldn't make any sense. But in most Italians, black doesn't achieve f5 that easily anyway. So I didn't like this position with you're ahead in development basically, and I have a queen and bishop where they are not supposed to be. So yeah, after queen e8, yeah, and one more line I was looking at was knight g5, king g8, and then f4. And after you play h6, I was going to take here, rook takes, and I don't think I have anything.
Well, I don't know. Well, I think this king h8 is actually a bad move, and I have to admit I didn't see queen b3. I didn't see that. I only thought you can play knight g5. I will defend with the queen and then chase your knight away. I will be fine. But this queen b3 idea I totally missed, and I would have to say I wouldn't like this position for me if it happened. But I don't know if it's okay or.
But yeah, I really don't know what to do here.
I wouldn't like to be in black's shoes here, and luckily I didn't have to be. You didn't play that line.
We're going to check this with an engine later, but I don't believe.
I mean, you can check it right now because this wasn't the game.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Black is more than fine. Black is winning.
He's winning.
Yeah, okay, so that's why I didn't go
Yeah.
for it. I mean, I didn't know it was this
Okay.
bad, but... So anyway, after queen e8, I played h3 just to stop bishop g4. Now, if you don't play king g8, knight
Yeah.
g5 is
That
great.
was a relief for me to see h3 because I thought, okay, now I can play h6 and
But didn't you see that after king g8, you're going to play h6 and that my knight is just stupid on g5?
yeah,
So knight g5 wasn't even a threat.
yeah, but it's like a lot of tempi lost. First I play king h8, then I play
Yeah.
king g8, then I play h6, then again I play king h8.
But I play knight
So-
g5, knight f3. And yeah, the thing is, the reason why I wanted to play queen b3, and I saw that knight g5 doesn't work, is that I want your queen on e8. If you had played king g8 first, then I would have played knight g5 to force your queen on e8 to make sure you don't have
Okay.
rook e8. And I'm going
But
to
I'm
play...
never playing rook e8 in this line because I want to play f5. I want my rook on the f5.
Yeah, I don't know this opening question.
I mean, I would never play rook e8 here. Okay.
Okay, so h6, rook e1, knight d7. And as we were talking after the game, I was looking at knight h5 and figured that had with the same idea of f5. Why not
Yeah.
knight h5?
I don't know. I wanted my knight on b6. I wanted to chase your bishop away from c4, and I don't know. That's why I played knight d7. That was my idea.
Okay,
I have
so,
to say I didn't even look at knight h5 here.
so I have to stop knight b6. I can either play queen c2 or d4. I don't think I have another move. I think both are fine, but d4 is more aggressive. And now I as you said after the game, you think f5 immediately doesn't work because of no. Knight a5 is still a threat. Wait, because you played a6 instead of f5. But why doesn't f5 work? Can you say that again?
Because I thought you will play bishop d3,
Okay.
and I didn't look at this f4 move. I have to admit. I was only looking at the lines where you take later on f5.
Okay.
If I take immediately, I didn't like it as well because then your bishop looked too strong in this position, and I have weak light squares around my
Yeah.
king. My light square bishop is far away, so
And what's the line where you were afraid of b5?
the line is that after, let's say in this position, bishop d3. Now I play, let's say, knight b6
Okay.
because
But why do you play knight b6 here?
because now my f5 pawn is hanging, right? You have two attacks. You attack with the pawn and with the bishop,
Oh yeah.
and I
okay.
defend only with rook. So I play knight b6, let's say.
But you can take. Yeah. You said the
Yeah,
bishop
I
was
didn't
good.
want your bishop there. And now you have, in my opinion, b5. And if I play, now you
Yeah.
win a pawn.
Yeah.
Now you win my e pawn. Yeah. I didn't want to lose a pawn in this position. I thought it's
Yeah.
not good. And my queen is on e file, like you said. It's not good that my queen is on e file because your rook is on e file. So.
Yeah. So a6 stops that. I didn't see that. I thought a6 was
And
just.
maybe if someone is asking after b5, I don't have knight e5 in that line
Okay.
because you may say, okay, you have a tempo on the queen, but then knight a5, sorry,
Yeah.
because now you play queen a4 and you attack my knight.
What about this?
Yeah, I wasn't looking at this, sorry.
Okay. Because this seems good for you.
Yeah, this is, I didn't see this.
Okay. So d4 a6. I thought you were going to play b5, bishop d3, bishop b7, which I liked. The bishop seems really good
My
here.
idea was just to stop your b5 and to play f5 on the next move. Because
Okay.
I thought you don't have anything useful. I mean, okay, you will develop, but
Yeah.
nothing much will change. I still have f5.
f5.
Okay, first,
Yeah. And now we f5.
yeah.
And you played a move which I thought was just losing.
No, I was quite happy to find this move. I thought this was now better for me. That was
I was sure you were losing. Okay, so after he'd played e takes d, I saw that he cannot play e takes d because I have knight h4. And now after knight h4, Obviously, I'm threatening knight g6 check, which is going to be winning. The bishop is pinned. He cannot take the knight. If he takes here, then still bishop f6 doesn't work because I take here. If he takes my queen, I take the rook with check. So, yeah, doesn't work. So, after knight h4, you were suggesting taking the knight and then getting the rook and the knight.
I told you after the game that I totally missed this move,
yeah.
And I would be surprised. I would have to find something. I don't know.
So the only defense, the reason why I didn't play that is knight e5.
I guess I would find it. I'm not sure, but I guess I would. I don't know.
Yeah, and now there are two variations. One is takes here. You cannot take my bishop because I take with the queen and the same threat with knight g6. So you would have to take my knight, and after I take your knight, I would guess that black is fine here.
Yeah.
You can probably take on f5 and be fine. So after knight e5, the only way to play is knight g6 check. Now, if you move your king here, then I'm going to take on d4 first. I'm not going to take the exchange. No, this is check now. I'm sorry. Yeah, I missed that during the game. I missed that this is check.
Oh.
So I figured I would have to take here. But after here, knight g6, I thought you were just going to take.
I think I have to play, yeah.
And now I thought that this wasn't such a good position for me. For some reason. Now that I look at it.
I don't think it's that bad, yeah.
I mean, it's at least equal. But I thought that what I had played has to be better. So, after ed4, I found one variation which I liked a lot. And as I told Vlatko after the game, I thought I was completely winning. Not just winning, but just game over. Okay, of course you took an f5. And now there are two variations I was looking at. One of them was bishop takes, rook takes, queen d3. And what do you do after queen d3?
Well, I don't know. I think I would play queen f7. I think I would play
queen f7. Okay.
Yeah, because I want to unpin my bishop, protect the rook. I have a nice battery on the f file.
Yeah. And the second move I was looking at is knight h4 now.
Okay.
And
no, yeah, I still cannot take. Yeah.
And here I was looking at just knight d4, and after knight d4, I probably could play this. No, you have rook e5. Probably queen b2. And it should be better. So not knight d4, but what do you do if rook f7?
No, I wouldn't
check.
play rook f7. Definitely, I want to keep control of the g6 square. So probably just rook f8.
Rook f8.
I think that's the best retreat.
Yeah, it doesn't work. You can. Yeah, but this works. This works. This has to be winning. Now, when you move the knight, I have rook takes e7.
I don't have because I can block. I can play knight d5.
Yeah, okay, okay. Yeah, rook takes. Ah, okay.
Not just rook. Yeah, rook takes.
Yeah, rook takes.
But bishop can take your knight after.
Yeah.
Well.
Okay. So after bishop takes f5, I was looking at that, and I couldn't see much, and then I saw my winning move, d5, and now you took on f5.
d3, yeah.
On d3. I'm sorry, on d3. And now there are two variations. Once again, one is queen takes, knight takes, but after queen e4, as you pointed out, just knight d5 defends the knight and the bishop. So that doesn't work. So after bishop d3, I take on c6. And now, I just thought game over.
Yeah. Well, now I have to say I was very happy with this position. I thought, I didn't think I was winning here, but I thought I had an excellent position. It is an open position. I have bishop pair, and I thought I will be much better. When I calculated this position a few moves earlier, I was sure I will play bishop b5 in this position.
Yeah.
But when this position came, I didn't like your knight. Rook is on a b8. Now I didn't like your knight
Yeah.
d4. I didn't like this move. I thought you have now knight e6, and
Yeah.
now I have to give up the bishop, and I have nothing.
Yeah, but
So
it should still probably be equal.
I mean, I spent a lot of time, as your viewers will later discover. I burnt a lot of time in this game.
Yeah, here at this point, I think I had 1 hour left. I'm sorry, we didn't even mention. We played a tournament game, 90 plus 30. And there was only one option, really, in this position, which you had played. I just would like to mention that if bishop f5, knight h4 is a good move, again.
Yeah.
And then you have to play bishop h7 with loss of tempo.
Yeah, I actually saw that bishop h7 is the only safe move that will not give you a tempo
Yeah, it has
move.
to be.
Yeah. And I maybe have later bishop g8, so
Yeah, and
again,
here
I like this position very much. I really like this position very much.
Okay, now here I blundered the game away, as you're going to see. Now let me just tell you my reasoning. My move, the move which I played, works if two things are on the board. Firstly, if my bishop is on b2, or if the rook had already taken on b2, on b7. And my horrible, horrible move was queen e6. Now, why does it work if the rook had already taken on b7? Because there is no bishop f6. The queen is hanging, or the rook is hanging. Queen e8, rook e8, rook e8, check. Or, yeah, even better. And if my bishop is on b2, then bishop f6 doesn't work, because bishop f6. And you cannot take with the rook, because queen takes queen. Once again, if you take with the pawn, then
It's a horrible position.
Yeah. But since neither bishop b2 or rook b7 has been played, you just played bishop f6. And I wanted to resign, to be honest, but you had half an hour left, and I know that you play. I remember our game against Karlovac. So, okay, let me talk about this for just a minute.
Okay.
We are playing a key match in the Croatian League. It's played on 6 boards. I'm playing board 1 against a 2100 or 2000 player, and he blunders. I win the game, and I win really quickly. We played for maybe 45 minutes. And then I'm looking at the other boards. We have 2 draws, and then 2 boards are left. We have 2 draws, 1 loss, 1 win, so it's 2-2. And on boards 2 and 3, on board 2, our teammate is crushing a 2200. Completely crushing. The guy has 1 minute left, and our teammate has 1 pawn or and a pawn or a crushing attack, something like that. So anyway, it's completely winning. Vlatko here is 1 or 2 pawns up.
Two clear pawns up.
2 clear pawns up. His opponent is
and
playing
completely winning as well.
And your opponent is also pretty low on time.
But I was even lower.
Yeah. And then what happens is our teammate on board 2 just leaves a rook, blunders a rook, and loses the game. And Vlatko loses the 2 pawns and has... Yeah,
I had to draw the game.
And then
eventually...
Bedic, who is losing on board 2 against our teammate and wins the rook, says, okay, a draw if there's a draw on board 3 as well. And then we ended drawing the match. Which was horrible. So I know that you get incitement. So that's
why you continued playing.
That's why I continued playing. Now,
but here I still had to find the queen a4.
Yeah, I think this is the best move of the game objectively, which you had played now. I saw it after queen b3, but I was hoping you wouldn't see it. Obviously, now the bishop cannot take the rook. Yeah, the problem was, if I take the queen, which might seem as the simplest option, my rook is hanging. Yeah. Both bishops are covering a1 and b1.
You see how bishop pair is nice and an open door.
Shut up. Okay, so after queen b3, your queen is hanging, you cannot take the rook. Okay, but you found the perfect queen a4, which is completely devastating. And there's nothing I can do to save the exchange. Obviously, if I move the rook, you just take the rook. If I take the queen, you take with the knight. You take with the knight, and my rook is still hanging. So I played the trickiest move. I played rook b1 and allowed this because I was hoping for some tricks with queen g6, knight h4, knight e4 takes f6, bishop b7, bishop takes h6 and stuff like that. Rook b7, which I don't think is the best move. I think that pawn can be left there. Probably something like knight d5, which is more active.
Yeah, maybe. I think I maybe didn't like queen e4 here. That's why I didn't play. Because now my knight is attacked, and I don't know. I wanted to take the pawn immediately because I thought this pawn, if it by some chance is left on the board, it can give you the only counterplay. So I just want to.
Okay, so rook b1, rook b7, queen b1, rook b7, and now queen g6. I'm starting to swindle, and there's queen a2, just coming back to f7.
Yeah. I wanted to come back to f7 anyway, and you gave me a pawn.
Yeah, I know. But I need to. My only tricks are if I move the knight, which I've done now, I have some tricks. If you let's say move the rook, you do something stupid, bishop h6, and it's a draw. But queen f7, knight, queen g4. I thought you could play.
Yeah, I missed this move. I have to say.
Yeah, because I cannot take. It's game over. But after queen g4, you played knight d5, which is still good. I need to give up one of my pieces. Knight takes f6, queen d4. Rook f to b8, as we talked after game.
Yeah, maybe these double rooks don't do anything on this b file.
It's just bishop d2. Queen d5, queen h4, threatening bishop h6. So you need to play queen h5, queen back to d4. And now rook e8. Obviously, I cannot trade the rooks. Rook c1, rook e7, which
rook e7 protects the c7 pawn, because I thought I have to move this rook from the b file. It's doing nothing there. I thought I will either play rook b5 and then move the rook along the 5th rank in the game, or I will play back and I will play on e8.
I was afraid of rook b5 for about 10 moves. Here I had one trick, king h2. If you don't play rook e4, I'm going to play g4. Let's say you play rook b8.
I thought to play rook.
Yeah, I know, you almost took the rook. And I figured if I managed to play g4, I could be better.
Yeah, maybe.
Well,
but then I saw g4. I mean, you have to ask yourself why your opponent played king h2.
Yeah, you played well.
When I asked that question, I was okay.
But you have another tempo. You have another tempo with queen here, because I don't have queen h4 now. And I was going to play queen f4, followed by knight h4 and either check or knight f5. And who knows what's going on here. But rook e4, it hurts. Queen d3, queen d5, missing a pawn.
Yeah, I was really low on time, I think.
Yeah,
in this position.
you
Maybe
had about
5 minutes.
Yeah. But missing a pawn. The rook is under attack. And if you don't react, if you played rook's king h7, which is, if you don't play king h7, let's say you play, give me a move.
Let's say, I don't know. First I wanted to play rook b6. That was my first intention. No, b6 with the tempo on your queen. Yeah, but then I can just... Then you can give me check, and I didn't like that. Yeah, but I can take on c7. No, I cannot check. Here, and I take on c7. Yeah. That's why I wanted my king out of there. Yeah, I was looking at if you play something, let's say you try to play actively, knight h5, I don't know. I check you here, you move the king, and and I take on c7. And this is also, I saw this line, and that's why I want to... So king h7, good prophylaxis, but now rook c6, and winning a pawn in any case, it's inevitable because your rook is hanging. I thought that this has to be best, because then you have a lot of pressure on this pawn, and this pawn is moving forward. But after rook c6, you played rook b6, which it's not a big difference, but... Yeah, but passed pawn is maybe a little more it's dangerous with queens than with rooks. Yeah. I was happy to see this, because with queens I have tricks. I didn't like this, I have to admit. This moment I thought, okay, it's going to be a difficult game from now on. Yeah, and now you were about... You had 2 minutes, maybe 1 minute. So, and now swindle time. Rook c4 was played, and I played queen b8. Since rook b4 is impossible because of my bishop, I'm just going to push my pawn. And if you don't do anything, I don't know. But knight d7, and now my move is queen e8, which
let me explain why I played this move. It's a bad move. I saw that you were going to play knight e5, but I thought that after knight e5, you were going to take with the queen. And if you do take with the queen, queen takes, pawn takes, this has to be a draw.
Yeah, I think
this has to be a draw. You probably have to block the pawn
I have
here.
to block on the light square.
Yeah.
And now I think this is a draw.
Maybe you are better, but maybe I shouldn't weaken myself here. Let's say I
yeah,
just
but
do this.
I think I have no progress. My rook is stuck, and I would have to give up the exchange. But then it's losing.
Well, your rook isn't stuck. It can go around the 7th rank.
Yeah. Okay, but I don't know. I didn't like this position. I thought this would be dead draw, and especially with my 1 minute on the clock. And I thought the only chance of winning the game is to take with a pawn. And actually, I thought this is winning because now you have problem with your bishop. Your bishop is attacked. Where are you going to put your bishop?
So queen b8, knight d7. Queen e8.
Knight e5.
No, I played queen d8. Sorry. Queen e8. Okay. Knight e5 here, and you took with the pawn.
Yes. And now I thought you have to lose the bishop. I didn't see any way of saving that bishop.
Okay, so here I played queen f8.
Yeah, I was just calculating bishop e1, and I play rook c1. And
yeah, if I play bishop e1, I'm dead lost. Have to be dead lost.
Yeah, and if you play bishop e3, obviously, then I take the pawn.
And Vlatko was under 1 minute. We had a 30-second increment, so he had about 45 seconds, something like that. And I play queen f8, and I'm cool. I mean, trying to pretend like I blundered
a piece,
and after about 20 seconds, Vlatko took my bishop, and I was really happy to draw a game I was completely losing, because now this is a perpetual check. If the king ever gets to g8, I might even win the game.
No, I think you're winning this.
I don't know.
No,
you have a lot of checks.
Yeah, but I think this is probably winning for you. I don't know.
I don't know.
I can't win that's for sure.
Yeah,
you're a pawn up. You have a passed pawn.
I'm not
outside
sure.
Passed pawn.
But
turn on the engine and you'll see that. I guess this is winning for.
Yeah. Well, it should be winning, because if you ever check here, I'm going to exchange the queens.
Definitely an endgame. I cannot play with 30 seconds on my clock, and you had like 20 minutes or maybe even more. I don't know, 30 minutes. So I had to agree to draw. I totally missed that. I thought that I would play simply king g8 in that position. I thought you're going for perpetual, but I thought simply king g8, and there's no perpetual because you cannot play queen c8 check.
Yeah.
I totally missed that after my king g8, my rook is hanging with check. So.
And after the game, we put this position on the board. We couldn't figure out a move for black.
Yeah. Well, I told you that e4 is the move, you see.
Yeah, but
it's just 0.1.
Yeah.
0.
And we played bishop e3.
Yeah.
And now my pawn is still defended by the queen.
So this is not winning. This is just black is better.
Yeah, and it's hard to win. Let's see how the engine wins.
The engine doesn't win. You see, it's just -1.
No, but that should be winning for an engine. I think you have a pretty good blockade, though.
Yeah, I have a blockade, and I would definitely not win this position
with
against
1 minute.
you with 1 minute on the clock. So actually, I maybe didn't even blunder the game away. So I think I blundered it sooner, because I really think after queen a2, queen f7, I was exchange up and the pawn up. I think this was winning. But it would really be disrespectful from me to beat you. I mean, to come to your home. So you're my teammate. You're a better player.
Shut up. Statistically, I'm not a better player.
But you have higher ELO rating. You played like 4 tournaments in the last 2 months. I played no tournaments.
Yeah.
So
I tried turning on the engine, but my computer almost died, and I'm going to try it once again. In these, just at one point. Okay.
But I think the opening was better for you. I think my king h8 is such a terrible
Let's
move.
look at b4. I want to look at
I really
b4.
don't know what's going on. What was going on in my head with this king h8?
Yeah, king h8 is...
It's a horrible.
let's see if the PC dies. Black is better here with d5.
I was afraid of d5 because in this position I didn't want to lose my e5 pawn, and my e5 pawn is gone as I calculated. Simply, you have b5, removing a defender, and
Let's see, king h8. The engine doesn't even play queen b3. h3 first, that makes sense. Because then I can play... No,
but then maybe I have time. If you play slowly, maybe I have time to execute my
black
plan.
is better after queen b3.
Yeah,
You don't have to defend.
yeah. You see, so it's not such a bad move. But after you played queen b3, I was disgusted with my move. I was what have I done? What was going through my head, and
Okay.
I saw I have defense with queen e8 and king g8, but just said this is so.
Okay, this is the moment of truth.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
But I really don't think that white is better here, but I don't know. Let's see.
Yes! Yes! I knew it. Yeah, white has to be better.
Okay.
I mean,
But it's just +1. I mean,
it's +1, and with your move, bishop takes d3.
you're winning.
Yes, I knew I was winning. Okay, here. And now it changes its mind.
You see.
It went from +2 to...
But
Okay.
maybe you don't take. See.
Okay, bishop h7 takes here, rook b8, and bishop b7. I knew I was much better.
Yeah, but you have to leave it for a few minutes to calculate because it changes the evaluation.
My PC is going to die. It's already too much for it.
Okay. You see.
It froze. Okay, I'm going to turn... I'm sorry about this, guys. As you may know, when I record long videos, my PC dies when I turn on the engine. Somebody suggested that I should use chess.com because they use their own servers for the engine.
Okay.
So, yeah, okay. Yeah, I was better, of course, after queen e6 and just lost. Okay, thanks very much for watching.
Yeah.
Thank you for the game.
Thank you, and thank you for letting me participate in this show.
Yeah,
I mean,
no problem.
I'm also following your channel almost every day, and
Thank you.
yeah, so you're doing an excellent job.
Thank you, Vlatko.
Maybe one day when I retire, when I will be 60, I'll do something similar. Try to do something similar. I don't think I will succeed. Doing
I hope
exactly
so.
the same thing.
No, I hope you will do something similar and succeed.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks very much for watching. See you tomorrow. Sorry for the late video, but we arranged the game in the afternoon, so I couldn't record it before. Bye-bye.